Okay, Nick, this is the fun side of business.
Yes,
I know accountancy isn't that fun.
it definitely is.
But what is like the funniest, because we get asked all the time, the funniest thing or the weirdest thing or the naughtiest thing we've seen on bank statements or
Okay, so
what?
right, so for stuff going out of people's bank accounts,
Mhm.
to be fair, some of it's actually quite sad, right? And I know we're supposed to be talking about
Am I
fun.
going to get emotional?
Not really, but when you kind of have these people where you think, yeah, okay, they've got like a slight problem with gambling or something else like that, and you see the stuff coming out, and you kind of have that thing that says you want to really intercept and help and do whatever you can. So that's always quite a difficult one to have a conversation about.
Yeah.
I've seen many OnlyFans going out from people's bank accounts. I've seen a dating like premium service on a dating thing, which you go, all right, that's like, it is what it is. So what? Except it's a husband and wife business.
Oh.
So the crazy part is like every part on a company bank account has to be allocated somewhere. So really you go, well, it's not tax allowable, but you then need to ask the question of who spent it. But the moment that you ask the question of like who spent the money on the dating website, you're opening up a whole can of worms. So that's a tough one to deal with.
Oh gosh, yeah.
So yeah, I think that one probably wins. And money incoming. So as you know, we've got clients that perhaps are in the adult industry.
Yes.
And some of the narratives of money coming into their bank account. Yeah. It creates that visual image that you really don't want to have.
And the questions that I then ask you that you don't like me asking.
Correct.
Where you get really uncomfortable.
Correct. That's it. So yeah, so we have some of those, and maybe if we decide to put it on the extra premium service or whatever, maybe I'll tell you what some of those narratives are. But yeah, so that's probably the funnest stuff that we tend to see.
Now, who says accountancy was boring, hey?
And I think, it's also quite interesting sometimes to just hear what people have to say. So, you see someone put through an entire roof and you go, this is just a new roof on your house. How is this even remotely business? Well, yeah, but and it's like, look, they tarmac drives. How can it be a roof? Well, there was this one time and like a roof tile. It's like, no, it didn't. You just literally are making stuff up.
I remember there's one where they were working from home, but they just had their a pond put in the garden. Like, what's that got to do with working from home? Oh, because it's my view and I.
Oh, yes, my feng shui. Or I've had someone who went and put had a PlayStation, a TV, something, and literally it was like a whole entertainment setup, and you're like, how does this work? Well, on one of my rental properties, yeah, we had a bit of a problem with like some damp, and so like as compensation, I bought them a TV, a PlayStation, and I went, well, hang on, they just didn't pay their rent that month. Yeah. Well, that's that then. It's done. Well, no. Listen, honestly, there's a duality of purpose here. You ain't going to get away with that.
And a lot of this, as we've said before, is, oh, well, my mate said, or this man down the road told me this. And
do you know what? I read a really interesting article about this where it was a talk about barristers and strippers. There you go. You wouldn't think you'd hear this out of an accountant.
How do you connect that? Yeah.
So barristers and strippers are connected by clothing. Again, you're not going to work out how this works, right?
Really true. No.
So there was a legal case where a barrister attempted to put through a black suit and I think a wig for their times in court. Yeah. And they attempted to put it through on their self-assessment, say tax deductible.
Yeah.
And got it rejected.
Right.
Because there's a duality of purpose, because you can keep warm.
Okay.
With these clothes.
Yeah.
A stripper did the same thing. It was thrown out and it went to an upper tier tribunal. And then they decided that the stripper's clothes were so skimpy that they would allow it because the duality of purpose on keeping warm, these weren't sufficient to keep warm.
No way.
True story.
Wow, you heard it here first.
So that's the nice part when people kind of have that thing of going, can you just tell us what is tax allowable and what's not tax allowable and what's tax deductible? It depends. And when you think of strippers and barristers, you'll understand now.
You should have just said strippers and barristers. They've got a lot in common. Mic drop.
Mic drop, done.
That's it.
Well, there we go.
Thank you.
It's all about clothing. So yeah. Cheers, Jem.